Welcome to Next to Madison, a podcast to help you live your best life.
Hey, it's Madison Malloy. I just wanted to remind you to make sure you grab a copy of my book, Time to Lighten the Fuck Up. It is a great, funny self-help book that is going to help you get out of your own way. I have already helped thousands and thousands of people, and they are on their way to living their dream life, and I want every listener to be able to live their dream life as well. So grab a copy of the book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or even the audiobook on Audible. Now back to the show.
Hey, welcome back to another fun and exciting episode of Next to Madison. I am your host, Madison Malloy, and this special episode is going to be done solo. There's nobody next to me because I wanted to get on here and talk about self-image. We've had previous episodes in the past where we talked about self-image, and I've really kind of been digging more into this, and I think it's an important thing that people understand how important self-image is and things that you can do to improve your self-image. One of the things that was shared on the episode with Melissa Posey was that you can't reach your goal if your self-image does not line up with that goal. So for example, if you're somebody who wants to make $1 million a year, but your self-image and what you believe you can earn is only around 80,000, well, it becomes very impossible to kind of bridge that gap and reach that goal. So what are the things you can do to start aligning your self-image with that new income? So it's acting the part, feeling the part. It really comes down to how you view yourself. Do you feel you deserve that income? I think a big part of our self-image is knowing that we deserve things. I think a lot of people like to play it small subconsciously because their self-image is not where it needs to be. And they think, well, I don't know if I'm smart enough for that, or I don't have the right job for that, or I don't know the right people. Well, that's all tied to the self-image. You know, I always say, I love this phrase where people will say, if somebody said, hey, I'm wiring $10 million into your bank account, because it's such a large amount of money, it wouldn't be there for days, if not a week. Okay. Like it has to clear, it has to go through certain things, but you would be excited and you would feel that you had that $10 million. So it's the same thing, especially when you're trying to manifest more money. It's feeling the law of vibration that it is already yours. Okay. And even if you need to upgrade your wardrobe, and I'm not talking go out and spend money on clothes you can't afford, but in a style, in a way of how you would dress, what's that image you want to portray, right? That's a big thing to make sure, especially when it comes to financial goals. There's also things about self-image in relationships where a lot of people will struggle. They'll say, you know, their belief system is set on, maybe they're saying there's not any good people out there. Dating's a disaster. All the good ones are taken. They all have baggage. I'm getting too old, whatever it may be. But all that narrative, that belief, and that language is tied into a self-image. So when you start to really kind of change and notice that self-image, you're going to start thinking and saying, and this all goes to repetition to train that new self-image of my perfect partner is out there for me. Dating is fun. I'm connecting with people that could either be my potential partner or share great stories or memories with. You know, I've got to share a story where I love going on dates because I'm in like a right mindset. Most of these dates do not pan out because I'm just not feeling the connection. But because I'm going into it with a positive self-image and a good vibration and a positive outlook on it, some of these people have actually turned out to be great business contacts. And people that we're now kind of collaborating together on different projects. I know it's weird, but your dating life can also turn into your network. It's kind of strange. And it's not that you're like sleeping with people, obviously, to get what you want. Do not do that. That will destroy your self-image. Maybe it'll get you ahead a little bit, but it's not going to get you ahead in the long run. So do not do that. But when you change that self-image around things, life starts to become more enjoyable. Like, so many people hate dating, so many people hate relationships, or then they'll get into a relationship. And this was a story of mine that I ran when my self-image was lower, was eventually they're just going to leave. Eventually it's just going to end. So I would go into these relationships with this horrible like negativity of it's going to end anyways, and it would cause anxiety, and it would prevent me from being vulnerable, and I would have a wall up so they couldn't connect, because my self-image was, well, it's not going to work out. Well, that's exactly what I ended up manifesting, where now it's like, what if this works out? What if it's better than expected? And I've said this on past podcasts before too. It's like going through, knocking on a certain amount of doors, whether it's career or whether it's relationships, right? If you have to go through X amount of doors and you knew that, you would keep taking those chances. And in order to find something magical, you have to run the risk of getting hurt. But it really boils down to your self-image and how you feel about yourself and what you feel you deserve. And I'm here to tell you that every single person deserves love and happiness and an amazing partner, an amazing job, an abundant life. It's up to you to step into that self-image. Okay. And there's things that we can do to really improve our self-image. Okay. And that would be some of the obvious: going to the gym consistently. You're just going to feel stronger. You're going to feel better. You're going to have a great skin glow. Your clothes are going to be better. Great for the self-image. Eating healthy. We are absolutely what we eat. If you're going to eat like crap, you're going to feel like crap. Start eating things that come from the ground or from Mother Nature, and you're going to notice how you are feeling better. I think it's important to take supplements because our diets are not giving us everything we need. I know there's days I skip my supplements and then I'm like, oh, I don't feel that great. But really kind of be diligent about those. So those are things you can do as well. Like, investing in your appearance, whether it's clothes that make you feel good, that fit well, that you're excited to go out and take on the day. When you have a great new outfit and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go out. I'm calling my friends. We are doing this. It is going to be amazing. Buy more clothes like that, so every day can feel like that exciting day. Invest in good skincare. You can get in-office lasers. You could even get Botox. You could get fillers. You get whatever you want that's going to just make you feel better. Because when you have a stronger self-image, everything else starts to kind of come into play. So I really think it's important that you're not neglecting your appearance, but you're really working on that and making sure that if you can fix it, you do. You also need to embrace who you are. So it's not running to a plastic surgeon and changing who you are. That's not what I'm saying at all, but it's investing in good skincare, eating a healthy diet, going to the gym, things of that nature that's really going to help. Also something, because I used to have horrible self-image, reinforcement of positive affirmations are also so key, right? Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. I love you, and really, really believe it. Have you ever had a friend where they're doing something that is just not healthy for them, and it's breaking your heart because that they're either destroying their health or they're not going to live as long or whatever it kind of is? This is the type of stuff, like, you should be treating yourself that way. Treat yourself like the best friend or the family member that you absolutely adore. Another thing is kind of to rewire those neural pathways is to do something different. I've heard a doctor say you should start brushing your teeth with your left hand if you're right-handed, and right hand if you're left-handed, to kind of help rewire that while you're saying those affirmations in your head or out loud. So it's going to feel weird at first. It's going to be crazy, but just keep doing it. And it's going to be monumental. It does. It's 21 days to start a habit. So I encourage people to try to do these for 21 days. I made a lot of notes because I think it's important too. Our self-image is we are all glued to social media, and there's so many filters, and we're seeing unrealistic pictures, and we're creating unrealistic expectations, and that is not good. Okay. So we need to make sure that we are completely doing things that are making us feel good and looking at things and knowing that it might not be accurate. And on top of that, I think it's important to use visualization as well. How do you see yourself when you close your eyes, especially before you go to bed, when that brain's going to be programmed, your subconscious mind? Visualize that life, visualize that self-image that you want, the people you want to be around, how you want to look, how you want to dress, how you want to feel is another really, really, really great thing. And also, when you look in the mirror, there's always things we want to improve about ourselves, and that's fine. That comes with having a stronger self-image, but really focus on something that you appreciate about yourself. Okay. Look in the mirror and really say, I like my crow's feet because it reminds me of all the times that I've laughed and all the times that I've smiled and all the memories I have. Or it could be your thighs. I love the way my thighs look. Whatever it is that you appreciate something about you. So it's not just always changing. It's also having gratitude for what you do have, and accepting yourself, which is part of that self-image, accepting who you are, embracing who you are, loving who you are. When you have an unbreakable, strong self-image, you're going to be able to accomplish all your goals and do absolutely amazing, amazing things. Again, I took so many notes because there's so much here that I need to discuss, but I think it's important to have a good self-image. There's a lot of other YouTube videos online out there of people talking about the power of self-image and how if you do not have a strong image, it becomes nearly impossible to actually manifest and have the life that you want to have. So it's important to improve your self-image. Affirmations, doing things you can control about your appearance, start stepping into and being that person that you want to become to attract the things you want to attract. Start realizing life, and I've said this before, it's my favorite line, life is happening for you, not to you. Everything that can seem as a disappointment is somehow working in your benefit. We don't see it right away, but we do see it down the line. And it's important to say, okay, something better is coming along. And I always like to say, if something's meant to be, it's going to be. So we don't have to stress and have so much anxiety of trying to control all the situations and the outcomes around us. When life is working for us, it just becomes lighter and more in the flow. And one of the other things that's really important that I want to drive home about self-image is stop comparing yourself to other people. They have their own issues, their own problems, their own insecurities. You don't know what it's like to walk in their shoes, and they have unique DNA like you have unique DNA. So it's important to never compare yourself to other people. You are on your own path, your own journey. What's meant for them is going to be for them, and what's meant for you is going to be for you. But if you want to live a great life and step into those bigger goals, make sure your self-image is matching to those goals. If you guys have any other questions, please reach out. You can reach us at contact@nextmadison.com. We are here to answer any questions, or if you have any other suggestions for guests or shows, topics you would like me to discuss. I love hearing from you all, and I thank you to everybody who tunes in to make this show possible. I hope you enjoyed this informative yet short podcast episode. We'll see you next time to find out who's next.
Hey, your host here, Madison Malloy. Please make sure to subscribe to the show on all podcast platforms, and please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. Also, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at contact@nexttomadison.com. I thank you again for listening. Bye.